Government keeps maintaining social assistance programs such as salary subsidy and pre-work card program to boost purchasing power. Enriched company's portfolio, Unilever Indonesia looks after opportunity to acquire new brands. Hello viewers in Indonesia and Singapore. Market Headlines is ready to provide you a number of information from the business, economic and capital market sectors. With me, Wicky Adrian. This is Market Headlines. In order to improve people's purchasing power, the government is continuously boosting demand side through social assistance distribution acceleration.
The government is continuously improving people's purchasing power, especially amid current economic recession. One of the fastest ways is by boosting demand side through social assistance distribution. Coordinating Minister for Economic Affairs, Erlangga Hartarto, explained that a social assistance program such as salary subsidy and pre-work card program will be continuously optimized to maintain purchasing power. The minister stated that the government has allocated 37.87 trillion rupiah for salary subsidy for 4 million workers. Other than that, the government has distributed assistance for business actors such as tax incentives, interest subsidy, and credit guarantee for SMEs. The minister ensures to keep accelerating those programs.
Pemerintah melakukan berbagai program untuk membantu daya beli. Salah satunya adalah subsidi gaji atau upah. Ini yang dianggarkan adalah 37,87 triliun dengan manfaat 2,4 juta per pekerja, targetnya 15,7 juta dan ini realisasinya sudah totalnya adalah 8,94 juta atau 10,73 triliun.
The government added that 2.4 million rupiah productive assistance has also been given for 12 million micro businesses, with total funds reached 28 trillion rupiah. From Jakarta, Raharjo Patmo for IDX Channel.
In a bold U.S. presidential election forecast, economic observer from Standard Chartered predicted that if Joe Biden wins the election, it will give good impact to rupiah. However, he predicted the rupiah will crash if Trump wins the presidency.
Economic observer from Standard Chartered, Aldian Toloputra, examined U.S. presidential elections from two sides, which are trade and finance. Indonesia can take benefit from the newly elected president, starting from manufacture and textile. However, market reactions will be very much different depending on who is going to win the election. The observer gave an example. If Joe Biden wins the presidency, it will give a good results to rupiah movement. But if Trump wins the presidency, the rupiah will be contracted.
Kalau kita lihat dari channel perdagangan, ya kita tahu semua US merupakan salah satu negara tujuan ekspor Indonesia, gitu ya. Mungkin kedua terbesar sekarang setelah China. Dan kalau kita lihat siapapun presidennya, dia akan dihadapkan dengan permasalahan yang sama, yaitu masalah COVID dan masalah struktur perekonomian di Amerika yang juga cukup besar tantangannya, gitu. Jadi siapapun presidennya, saya pikir kebijakan baik fiskal maupun moneter di sana akan tetap longgar, gitu ya. Jadi kita bisa akan lihat akan ada stimulus fiskal lanjutan, gitu ya, nantinya.
The world is watching to see the result in near time. Global markets will be also influenced by the directions of the monetary, fiscal, and protectionist policies of the new president of the United States. And of course, it affects Indonesia as well. Jakarta, Gilang Praditya for IDX Channel.
Minister of Finance Sri Mulyani ensures that the government will provide tax incentives for PLN and Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources to produce environmentally friendly electricity.
Minister of Finance Sri Mulyani ensures that the government will provide tax incentives for State Electricity Company or PLN and Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources to produce environmentally friendly electricity. The tax incentive will be in the form of tax allowance, tax holidays, land and building tax exemption. The tax incentives are expected to encourage more investment in renewable energy.
PLN and Ministry of Energy to be able to improve and increase the energy mix, especially in the form of renewable energy. We are providing incentive in a tax facility in the form of tax allowance and tax holiday. We also provide import facility that are exempting the VAT import and import duty, especially for the capital good which is imported, in order for us to be able to explore and also invest in the renewable energy. We also provide land and building tax exemption. At the subnational fiscal transfer, we also provide dana alokasi khusus, that is specific transfer grant.
Not only that, the minister explained that the government also provide value-added tax exemption and import excise exemption. Sri Mulyani added that for PLN, the government will give capital injection through state capital participation to support renewable energy development. Meantime, PLN is currently facing challenges to provide electricity for 1 million households in order to reach 100% electrification ratio. At the same time, PLN must also reduce carbon emission by 26%, one of them by optimizing renewable energy. From Jakarta, Ade Firmansyah for IDX Channel.
Indonesia is now developing many public charging stations and public battery replacement stations. Joining the hype, Grab Indonesia has operated 5,000 electric cars for transportation and delivery all across Indonesia. Celebrating National Electricity Day, Grab Indonesia's President Rizky Kramadibrara stated that the online transportation operator is committed to develop electric vehicle industry. By now, Grab Indonesia is operating 5,000 electric cars. Grab Indonesia used those cars to transport passengers and deliver orders. The company also committed to add more electric cars since the government is taking concern of public charging stations and public battery replacement stations development.
Kami juga berdiskusi Pak dengan kementerian terkait, baik itu Kemenko Marves Pak, lalu juga Kementerian Keuangan, untuk bagaimana usulan kami untuk ekosistem terutama kendaraan bermotor listrik ini, apa hal yang perlu dilakukan Pak? Di antaranya seperti yang Bapak tadi sebutkan, bagaimana pola insentifnya dan lain-lain, terutama untuk perpajakan.
Alright, Catalans, we will be right back after the break. Stay tuned.
Sebetulnya industri hilir itu lokal itu udah siap. Jadi pemerintah juga nggak perlu lagi menarik investor untuk industri hilir. Jadi pemerintah cukup menarik investor untuk industri bahan baku.
Senang sekali saya David San Oval dan dapat hadir menemani Anda dalam program spesial dialog webinar on TV.
Setiap minggunya kita akan membahas tema-tema yang sangat menarik. Apa kabar ibu-ibu sekalian?
Alhamdulillah baik.
Salah satu ambisi daripada Kementerian Koperasi dan UMKM bersama Spesco adalah koperasi keren, baru, digital gitu kan, yang kita bisa IT.
Welcome back. Good news for you, game console enthusiasts. The PlayStation 5 is ready to enter the Indonesian game console market in the near future, as Ministry of Communication and Information finally just gave PlayStation 5 e-certification.
There are two variants of PlayStations that just collected ministry certifications: the regular versions and the digital versions. How about the price? Well, Sony confirmed that the price of the PlayStation 5 at launch is $499.99 US, while the PlayStation 5 digital editions is in the price of $399.99 US. Sony, the technology company based in Japan, also makes several special accessories for the PlayStation 5 as a DualSense, HD resolution camera, Pulse 3D, wireless headset, and also remote. In addition, the company which produces the console stated that the PlayStation 5 will be released on November 12th in USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Mexico, and South Korea, while the rest of the world, including Indonesia, even the UK, Europe, will be able to purchase a PlayStation 5 from November 19th. Without no doubt, PlayStation 5 is eagerly awaited by the gaming fans all over the world. From all sources, IDX Channel.
I just opened up my Instagram and there were a lot of people were using fake PlayStation box Instagram filter. Well, we cannot even deny that game console PlayStation 5 launching has turned a fever. Therefore, in today's infographic, we've rounded up the latest details speculated on what's to come only for you. Starting from the facts about the launching itself, let's see the first graphic. This is PS5 launching facts. The release dates for US, Japan, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, and South Korea, and will be on November 12th. Meanwhile, for the worldwide launch, it will be launched by November 19th, and the price of each unit of PS5 as much as $499.99 US. Meantime, for PS5 digital edition, the price of it, or as much as $399.99 US. Meantime, in legal site, PS5 earned Indonesia's Directorate General of Resources and Equipment of Post and its e-certification. And yes, the hotly anticipated PlayStation 5 has been spotted in the wild. Journalists, media outlets, and gaming personalities have begun to receive review models of the next generation console that's set to release in November 2020. Since we are now in November, it's time to get excited because PlayStation 5 is almost here. And if we talk about the industry, the video game industry is a lucrative business with some home consoles selling tens of millions of units worldwide. PlayStation is a Japanese video game brand that is produced by Sony, a Japanese company. PlayStation 5 is the latest generation, while long ago PlayStation has made huge deal of money since the consoles are very popular worldwide. And now let's see how much the company earned through the next graphic. This is PlayStation financial performance in 2018 and 2019. In 2018, the revenue of PlayStation as much as $20.43 billion US. Meantime, the profit in 2018 as much as $2.35 billion US. In 2019, the revenue of PlayStation decreased to $18.72 billion US. Meantime, for the profit in 2019, it was increased to $2.41 billion US. And for your additional information, PlayStation was the brainchild of Ken Kutaragi, a Sony executive who managed one of the company's hardware engineering divisions and was later so called as the father of the PlayStation. Well, without Ken, Sony wouldn't be able to produce these extraordinary earnings. With high revenue, PlayStation is so-called to be the best-selling consoles worldwide. But there are also other brands too. Let's see the next graphic. These are the best-selling consoles worldwide. Of course, we have PS2 with the total number of selling as much as 155 million units. And after that, we have PS4, 108 million units. PS, the first one, or the first generation, 102 million units sold. PS3, 86 million units sold. And meantime, Nintendo Wii, 101 million units sold. We provided the data, or we compiled the data from digitaltrends.com. And here it is. We can see PlayStation rules the chart. Even as the gaming industry continues to evolve each year, some gaming consoles will remain in our hearts forever. As many of our favorite games come to new-gen consoles in remastered versions or sequels that simply builds upon our lasting nostalgia. For example, PlayStation 2. Well, if you have consoles at home, first thing to do is to insert the video games, right? Even your consoles are made from Japan, well, you can play video games made by local developer. Apparently, there are several games made by local developers which has transcended worldwide. What are they? Let's see the next graphic. The first one we have Valkyrian Arc Hero School Story. The game developer is Agate from Bandung. And we have another local developer from Indonesia, to be exact from Jakarta, Semisoft. The name of the game was Le Grand Legacy, Tale of the Fate Bounds. And we have also another game that made or created by Digital Happiness from Bandung. The title of the game called Dread Out. And back again into PlayStation 5 hype, there is a local video game that can be played in PlayStation 5. An Indonesian game developer from Bandung, Agate, is known to be developing a new game entitled Tirta. This game is said to be available for a number of platforms, including the PlayStation 5. Cool, isn't it? Overall, Tirta carries a similar gameplay to the famous game, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. The difference is Agate packs this game in a unique nuance to Indonesian culture. As games made by local developers have gained international recognition, we hope there will be more spotlight for Indonesian local game developers so that they can go beyond. And you can support Indonesian game developer by buying their products. And also don't forget that PlayStation 5 will be launched in Indonesia by November 19. So you can buy it for real without using fake Instagram filter. Stay tuned on Market Headlines because we'll be right back after the break.
Pergerakan indeks harga saham gabungan sepanjang perdagangan hari ini tertekan, level 5 ribuan kembali ditinggalkan. Bagaimana analisis Anda?
Masih ada peluang turun lebih lanjut. Kalau misalkan regionalnya memerah, nah maka tidak tentu kemungkinan kita juga akan ketularan kan.
Dan beberapa perbankan yang diduga melakukan transaksi mencurigakan dan semoga bisa menjadi salah satu referensi untuk Anda dan seperti apa ke depannya.
Market hari ini sudah dibuka dan menghijau, begitu Anda ada di zona positif, akankah ini terus berlanjut?
Saya masih mencermati untuk saham-saham ini ya, tambangan, saham alam putra nih ya, asli kan kemarin belum naik, ini potensi naik.
Baik saja tidak cukup, kita harus betul-betul memahami lingkungan bisnis global yang lebih baik plus di dalam negerinya sosiologi dan antropologi supaya totalitas kita membantu petani secara efektif.
Kita memang ketahanan pangan, tetapi kita menuju ke kedaulatan pangan.
Ada shadow power yang mendikte pembangunan sektor pertanian bukan oleh Kementerian Pertanian.
Welcome back. At the Jakarta Composite Index intraday movement earlier today, JCI was open at the level of 5,170.82, then approaching the closing time. On the first session, the index was on the level of 5,168.62. The index was showing weakening trend by the second session closing time. Index was closed at the level of 5,105.2. In short, JCI went down 1.05%. And next, we're going to see the sectoral movement leading the dynamics of today's trading. We got trade as the leader of the strengthening trend that went up 0.34%. As the leader of the weakening trend, we got finance went down 1.72%, construction went down 1.68%, and Miss Industry went down 1.56%. And this is the top gainers for today's trading. SMGR, and after that we have here. And PNBS, and after that we have Wood. And this is the top losers for today's trading. BBRI, the MRI, and Astra International, and Inco. And next, we're going to see the intraday movement of rupiah towards US dollar. Open at the level of 14,557. Rupiah was also showing strengthening trend towards US dollar. It was closed at the level of 14,399. In summary, rupiah went up 1.3%. Despite weaker performance until the third quarter this year, Unilever Indonesia stated its plan to look for opportunity to acquire new brands to enrich company's portfolio.
Despite weaker performance until the third quarter this year, consumer goods manufacturer Unilever Indonesia stated its plan to look for opportunity to acquire new brands to complete the company's business portfolio. Finance Director of Unilever Indonesia, Arif Hudaya, explained that the company allocates capital expenditure as much as 1% of total company sales, which aims to enrich Unilever's products. In the same time, the company's director Ira Noviarti said that the company is continuously innovating brands under Unilever. She revealed that by September 2020, there are 63 new products innovation which are being developed. Meantime, until the end of the third quarter of 2020 or amid ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, the company recorded 5.44 trillion rupiah net profit, or declined by 1.27% from realization in the same period in 2019. From all sources, for IDX Channel.
Based on official statement, MNC Investment announced its plan to conduct shares buyback. To support the plan, the company stated that 675 billion rupiah funds has been prepared.
MNC Investment announced its plan to conduct shares buyback. MNC Investment Director Dharma Putra, in official statement on Indonesia Stock Exchange website, stated that the buyback plan will be executed in the period of November 2020 up to February 2021. The company added that the total shares to be bought is maximum 7.4% of company's paid-in capital, with total funds prepared reach 675 billion rupiah. Meantime, the maximum share price in this buyback is 135 rupiah per share. And regarding the buyback plan, the director ensures that it will not affect company's revenue, but the company believes that the buyback will reduce fluctuative market impact so that it will more reflect company's better performance in the future. And for information, based on report, by June 2020, the company recorded 8.48 rupiah net profit per share, and after buyback, it is believed that the net profit per share will go up to 9.16 rupiah per share. From all sources, for IDX Channel.
The government, along with the COVID-19 task force, confirmed that the National Vaccination Roadmap is entering final stage. The task force ensures that various factors have been considered in arranging the roadmap.
The COVID-19 task force confirmed that National Vaccination Roadmap is entering finalization step. Spokesperson of COVID-19 task force, Wicky Adrian, explained that the roadmap includes vaccine candidates and vaccine receiver priority arrangement. The task force and government ensures that various factors have been considered in arranging the roadmap.
Dengan berbagai pertimbangan seperti ketersediaan vaksin, penduduk, wilayah berisiko, tahapan pemakaian, dan indeks pemakaian. Selain itu, roadmap yang disusun mencakup perkiraan skema platform vaksin dan sasaran klaster kelompok, estimasi kebutuhan, dan rencana pemberian vaksin.
In order to achieve maximum vaccines effectivity, then the roadmap also concerns on vaccines cold chain and human resources capacity that involves various health workers, including vaccinators, and the task force ensures the network services to guarantee distribution chain. From all sources for IDX Channel.
And step aside from market condition as coronavirus pandemic takes big role on current economic situation. And here it is, an update data about coronavirus globally. And it is close our market headlines today. Please enjoy our next program on IDX Channel, your trustworthy economic, business and capital market channel. And before saying goodbye, I would like to remind you on what Mom said. Please do comply with health protocol by using mask, physical distancing, and avoiding crowd. Also washing your hands often with soap through overflowing water. I'm Wicky Adrian. Have a nice evening and stay safe.
Nama saya Devisa Novel, jabatan saat ini di IDX Channel adalah sebagai produser dan sekaligus presenter program yang dibawakan saat ini dengan nama IDX